Hello everybody and welcome back to a brand new episode of NASCAR Heat 3 Career Mode. I hope you're all having a great day. Today we go to Mid-Ohio in the Xfinity Series and Michigan for the second and final time of the season in the Cup Series. And we had Justin Haley in the car for the Xfinity Series, fresh off of his Daytona win in real life now, as he was sent to the back of the field, unfortunately for us, as we had failed inspection. So now what we needed from Justin Haley as he came through the first turn there, sitting P39, trying to gain as many spots as early as possible, and he was really aggressive, to say the least, at the beginning of this race, and unfortunately it would end up costing him a chance at continuing in this race, because as we came to a little bit later on now in this event, Haley found himself getting roughed up a little bit there in a 3 wide between that car on his left and the right. As he was just continuing to make contact with other cars, he would end up getting turned into the barrier there as he came through the corner, and that would completely take our car out of the race as the bad luck continues for our Xfinity team here. So hopefully we can turn that around now as the 40th place finish once again for us. Lewis Hamilton obviously won for us last episode, but we just continue to have bad luck other than that now, as there's just 5 races left until the playoffs start in the Xfinity Series, and I believe there's 4 races left until the playoffs start in the Cup Series. And we do have a team offer thing that we can choose. Obviously, it doesn't matter. We're returning to Hendrick Motorsports next season in the 48 car. Jimmy Johnson being, of course, in his final season right now. But as we came through into qualifying through turns 3 and turns 4 on the exit of the corner, Michigan is a track that's usually pretty tough to qualify well at, and it would certainly show here as we come through the trial. I don't even think we're in the top 10. No, we are not. We are out in the P18 with a 37.550. So hopefully we can work our way forwards here in the races. Our teammate Jimmy Johnson starts P21 for his last time at this racetrack in our career mode.
This week, the Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series races back to Michigan International Speedway for the second and final time this year. Michigan is the fastest track in NASCAR, making it a favorite of race fans. In 2017, another fan favorite, Kyle Larson, won here, making it 3 straight Cup wins at Michigan. That hasn't been done since Bill Elliott did it all the way back in the 1985-86 season. Can Kyle do it again today? Or will someone else start a hot streak of their own? Well, it's time to head down to the track and find out. NASCAR Racing is next.
Alright, we're ready to go green here for the Consumers Energy 400 at Michigan Speedway. Ryan Truex isn't nearly as fast as expected. Obviously, you expect him to be running up in like 30 seconds sometimes here in that car. Now, as we get ready to go green here in Michigan, behind Austin Dillon on the outside, Ryan Newman now as the green flag is out, and we are underway here for the final time at Michigan this season, as Jimmy Johnson still in a must-win situation if he wants to get into the playoffs in his final season in our NASCAR Heat 3 career mode. He starts outside of the top 20, so once again not looking like he is going to be a strong contender. He has 3 strong racetracks I think coming up. Last season in Bristol in our career mode, he was one of the cars to beat, so he might be able to get a win in the next one. Darlington, another track Jimmy Johnson runs well at, and Indianapolis, obviously Jimmy Johnson known for being one of the top guys there, so he still has a chance to fight his way into the playoffs. But right now Cody Ware holds that last spot in the playoffs unless he falls out of the top 30 of points. He comes into this episode, I believe, 4 points to the good if I'm not mistaken right now, so Cody Ware barely hanging on to a playoff position, and if he falls out of the playoffs, Jamie McMurray moves in to that final playoff spot as we come through to complete that first lap here in Michigan. And as we go down towards turns 1 behind Austin Dillon, Larson forces a 3 wide, and that pushes the 38 up the track as we get into the right rear of the 38 of David Reagan as we come out of turn 2. A bit of an interesting start here now as we go down the back straightaway, going up between the middle of Austin Dillon and Ryan Newman there as Reagan gets through, as well as we're going to force the 3 wide between Reagan and Newman now as we go through turn 3, and we're going to move up into a top 15 position now behind the 42 of Kyle Larson. As we came to lap 4, we'd run down the 42 of Larson and get to his outside as we came out of turn 2, heading now down the back straightaway behind Paul Menard as Jeff to get out of the throttle for a brief moment as he had pulled up in front of me, but it was still now side by side with Menard as we go down into turn 3. As we come through the center of the corner, using this outside momentum to my advantage, we would get up alongside him as we came through the center of the corner, and we would come out of turn 4, go down the front straightaway. We would get past Menard and now come up to this next group of cars here on lap 9 of 14 in the stage, passing Ryan Blaney, moving up into P12 now, looking to the outside of Kurt Busch as we go down the back straightaway. A pretty solid start for us here in this first stage now as we go down into turn 3 on the outside of the one car of Kurt Busch. Hamlin and Truex up in front of us in 9th and 10th as we are continuing to move forwards now, just about looking to the right-hand side of Martin Truex Jr. and that number 19 car. Hamlin trying to hold on to the position, but Truex might look to his inside, but he gets cut off by Hamlin now as we come through to start the 10th lap of this event. Just 5 to go in this first stage here in Michigan. Kurt Busch continuing to battle on my inside now as he was certainly hard to get past at this point in the races. We do get clear of him for a brief moment now as we went down the back straightaway, sitting behind the 11 car of Denny Hamlin. Truex still on the inside, but Kurt Busch, he would actually be able to get back past me, and we would get past Denny Hamlin and fall in on the inside now as it came through just a white flag now in stage 1. Now looking to the inside of Kurt Busch as we start this final lap in the first stage. Like I said, we hadn't gotten past Hamlin, but Kurt Busch got back past me, so we were still barely making progress now as we come through on this final lap in the first stage, trying to get a top 10 now as we go down the back straightaway. Don't necessarily want to start on the outside for stage 2, but I still want to get a stage point now as we are side by side with the one car as we go down into turn 3. Truex clear right now of us both for 9th as he's looking like he's going to be able to hold on to that position as we clear Kurt Busch through turn 3 and coming through on the exit now of turns 4, heading down the front straightaway. Truex, he's going to hold on to get P9, and we're going to fight off Kurt Busch to get P10 here in the first stage to pick up 1 point on the day here in Michigan. So not a terrible first stage, but not a great first stage either there as we have 300 cars in the top 10. Unfortunately, Jimmy Johnson misses out as Eric Jones wins the stage and gets a playoff point. And we would come to pit road to take 2 cans of fuel as well as 4 tires and slight repairs, and we would end up giving up 1 position actually due to the repairs, dropping down to P11 behind the 19 of Martin Truex Jr. Eric Jones is about to lead the way to the green flag now as the green flag is out for stage 2 and we are underway. Eric Jones has certainly been another driver who's been gaining a lot of momentum recently here in our career mode. He certainly could be one of the top candidates going into the playoffs. That could be a championship caliber driver now as we go down into turns 1 behind the 19 of Martin Truex Jr. Eric Jones looking to be a strong contender, like I said, along with Kevin Harvick, who has certainly been catching fire late here in the season, or in the regular season. Kevin Harvick has won 2 of the last 2 races. He has been dominant recently, picking up a lot of playoff points as we go down into turns 3 on the inside of the 9 of Chase Elliott. Kyle Larson there in the 42 car just behind me with his teammate alongside of Kurt Busch in the Monster Energy 1 car now as we come through out of turn 4, heading down the front straightaway up into the 9th position after restarting P11 there as we come through to complete the first lap in this second stage now as Jones leads over Joey Logano, Kyle Busch, and Kevin Harvick 3rd and 4th now as we go down into turns 1 and turns 2 on the inside of Brad Keselowski, a previous champion in our career mode now as we look to the inside of Truex as we come out of turn 2, moving now up into the 6th position behind our Hendrick Motorsports teammate of Alex Bowman in the number 88 car, who has recently won his way into the playoffs at Daytona when we were kind of the guy that defended everybody, hoping that Bowman could win now. And as we came through on lap 4, continuing to run here in the 5th position as we had gone past Kevin Harvick as Jones falls back to P4. Kyle Busch up to the lead at this point as we go down into turns 1, looking to the inside of the 20 of Jones as Alex Bowman is also continuing to move forward. Joey Logano on the outside there, falling down to the 3rd position as we're going to try and take over that 3rd position from him as Kyle Busch continuing to lead Bowman now up into the 2nd position as he looks like he has a pretty fast car here in this episode now as we go down into turn 3 on the inside of the 22 of Joey Logano. We would be able to take the position from him as we came through the center of the corner. And as we came now to lap 6 in the second stage, Alex Bowman would be looking to the inside of Kyle Busch for the lead as they went down into turn 3. We're going to follow through and look to the inside of the 18 as well as we have just a train of cars following through. Busch stuck on the outside and Alex Bowman out front now here in Michigan as he is leading as he comes through across the line. We get clear of Kyle Busch and as we came through now on lap 8, still running right behind Alex Bowman as we came out of turn 2. Kyle Busch continuing to fall down the order now as Jones trying to look to my inside, but we're kind of going defensive. Now there's trouble behind. Ty Dillon goes into the wall, blowing a right front tire, and the caution would fly here late in the second stage. And this would set up for just a 2-lap restart here at the end of the second stage with 2 Hendrick cars of Alex Bowman and myself on the front row. No one pitted now as the green flag is out and we are once again underway with just 2 to go here in stage 2, as Jones and Harvick sit on the second row behind us now, as we battle alongside our teammate of Alex Bowman, as we head down towards turns 1. A little bit of contact between myself and my teammate now, as Harvick is hopefully going to give me the shove I need as we come through the center of the corner, but Bowman gaining the momentum through the center. I try to get down on his right rear to side draft him, but it does not work through the corner now, as he is clear down the back straightaway as we head down towards turn 3. And that's something I've noticed, that if you're in second position at Michigan, it is so hard to get up to the lead, and I certainly learned that a lot in this race and in the last one here, that I feel like I'm more comfortable running in third and trying to set up the 2 guys in front of me into a battle, and then maybe try and take them when they're battling to take the lead. So we might have to play that into how we look at the end of this race here later, because I think we have a car that's capable of winning here today in Michigan if we play our cards right. If we're in second on the last lap at Michigan, we're probably not going to be able to win, but if we're third and set up a battle in front of us, we might have a better chance now as we come through down the back straightaway for the final time here in the second stage. Alex Bowman, who has won in Daytona, locking himself now into the playoffs, looks to pick up another playoff point today in Michigan as we go through turns 3. Jones just behind in that third position as we're going to come out of turn 4. Alex Bowman looking for his first, I believe, stage victory of the season now, as Jones, he's not able to get to my inside. We come through and get second in the second stage, and Alex Bowman picks up a playoff point. And this would set us up pretty well for the third and final stage, as Denny Hamlin gets the final stage point. Jimmy Johnson continues to struggle here in Michigan there, as we would come to pit road for 2 cans of fuel and 4 tires. We would lose 1 position and fall down to P3 as Matt DiBenedetto did not take any tires, I guess, and he is now leading for this third and final stage here in Michigan, as the green flag is back up for potentially the final time now, as Alex Bowman has had a strong car as well as we come through crossing the line. It is 18 laps to go here in Michigan, as we're going to give the 95 a little bit of help now as we go down towards turns 1 now, as Bowman is certainly starting to fall down, as obviously the outside is so hard to get a good restart as we come through the center of the corner, but he's certainly going to have the momentum off the corner now, as Bowman's going to come through and try to pass me as we go down the back straightaway. We're going to get in behind him, in line behind him and Matt DiBenedetto, as they battle side by side behind us between Austin Dillon and Michael McDowell in the 3 car and the 34 car now as we go through turns 3. Bowman on attack mode. He moves up the track though, and it allows me to look to the inside of him as we come out of turn 4, heading down the front straightaway, coming through to complete this first lap here in this third and final stage. DiBenedetto leads the first lap, but we look to the inside now on the apron as we head down towards turns 1, as we try to take over the lead here in Michigan. Bowman in the line behind me now, as he's going to follow through. We are now leading as Bowman moves through to take over the second position now as we exit the corner, heading down the back straightaway. And I immediately noticed that once I was out front, my car was so much slower than what it was when I was in behind anyone, and the guys behind me were easily able to suck up to my back bumper. The only chance I had was through the corners, and as we came through to lap 36, Kevin Harvick marching his way forwards as he looked to the inside of Alex Bowman, and he was flying. So I just said, okay, I'm not going to be able to hold this guy off for another 14 laps. I said, you and Bowman can both just go by right on past me, because I knew that if I could get in behind them, I would be much more comfortable with the pace in my car. So I just decided to fit in behind Bowman, as I know him and Harvick can go at it now as we head down the back straightaway. And as we came through now on lap 41, Bowman had gotten back to the inside of Kevin Harvick as he tried to retake the lead here with just 10 laps to go in Michigan. Obviously, I'm going to choose to help my teammate over Kevin Harvick, so we're in line with Bowman. But as we come out of turn 4, Harvick, he's going to battle back as they go down the straightaway, so I'm trying to suck up with him just so I can get closer because he had more momentum. But now I drop back down to help Bowman as we go down towards turns 1. Harvick just about clear, and he is clear as we go down into turns 1, but the caution would come out late here in Michigan, setting us up for a late race restart as we would not have to come to pit road. And now there's going to be about 5 to 6 laps to go here in Michigan when we get going green, and I'm thinking maybe helping my teammate Bowman get in line here on this restart now as the green flag is back out and we are underway. It'll be 6 to go as we cross the line, and like I said, I'm going to help Bowman get in line, because if I'm in second, it is so hard to do anything with the leader. I would rather try and set up the 2 front guys into a battle. So obviously I'm going to let Bowman down as we go down into turns 1. He fits in line perfectly between myself and Kevin Harvick now as we come through the center of the corner, but he moves up the track there as we exit turn 2. But we need to stay ahead of Joey Logano if possible as we go down the back straightaway side by side with the 22 car of Logano as he pilots that Shell Pennzoil Ford as we go down into turn 3 side by side, just barely on his left rear. Now we come through with the momentum through the center of the corner, edging him out now as we exit turn 4, but he's trying to battle back as we go down the front straightaway, coming through to complete the first lap here. And since the restart is across the line, hit 5 to go. Bowman continuing to trail Harvick now as we clear Logano as we go down into turns 1, holding on to that 3rd position. And I would stay in line right behind Bowman as we came through now with 3 to go, approaching 2 to go in this race. I know if I make a move on Bowman, it's going to allow Harvick to get away. And if I get through to 2nd, I'm not going to be able to do anything with Harvick. Just the way the draft works at this track is similar to Daytona and Talladega. So I'm just hoping that these 2 guys in front of me will get battling. And I'm going to try and set them up here as I'm going to try and push Bowman to the inside of Harvick if possible to get them side by side as we have just a lap and a half left now here in Michigan. We were running 2nd here last season. On the final lap, we hit the apron and lost control of the car and had a bad finish now as we come through turns 3 and turns 4, approaching the final lap here in Michigan. Harvick in the lead, looking for 3 wins in a row. Bowman just in front of me now as we're going to try and push Bowman as the white flag is in the air, trying to get him to the inside of Harvick, but he doesn't get there now as we come through turns 1 and turns 2. Our other Hendrick teammate, Chase Elliott, just behind me now as Harvick, he pushes up the track just a little bit now as we exit turn 2, heading down the back straightaway for the final time, trying to get Bowman to the inside of Harvick, and he does. Bowman and Harvick side by side down the back straightaway as they go down into turns 3 and turns 4 for the final time here in Michigan. We look to the inside of Harvick, but it doesn't look like we're going to be able to get Bowman there as we touch the apron now, and sideways we go as we exit turn 4 and into the grass we go, but we hang on now, making contact with Logano, and sideways into the grass we go. Bowman comes through to win the race, but we're going to slide through the grass across the line and finish down in the 12th position here in Michigan. And oddly enough, the same thing happened the last time at this racetrack. We were running 2nd in turn 4 on the final lap, and we hit the apron and lost control of the car. I don't think I was going to be able to win that race. I was hoping that Bowman and Harvick would run each other up the track. Bowman held his line perfectly, and I knew when he went into turn 3 on the inside, I was like, there's no way I'm getting past this guy now. But unfortunately, I hit the apron, lose control of the car, and don't even finish in the top 10 after we ran so strong all day. Some drivers not happy. Alex Bowman, he's not happy simply because I was pushing him. That's just kind of how this works. Unfortunately, in NASCAR Heat 3, they'll get mad at you for just helping them out. But as always, if you guys enjoyed this episode, make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. Those would all be very, very appreciated. In the next one, we go to Bristol with 3 races to go in the playoffs, which means 3 races for Jimmy Johnson to try and win his way now into the playoffs. He's even been passed by Austin Dillon now in the point standings. McMurray 20 points out at the moment. He's trying to be the last car in the playoffs. Cody Ware is now 2 points to the good, so we'll see if he can hold on to that top 30. So I will see you guys in the next one for Bristol. Thank you for watching, everybody, and have yourselves a great day.